I'm Debbie Dion, and you're tuned in to the Style Center. I'm here live with Kimberly Taylor of K Crochet Boutique, located in downtown Memphis. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. First off, where did the name come from?
So it was a name that kind of came from a contest on Facebook, actually. The store that some people may or may not know originally had partners. It was 3 of us, and the person knew all 3 of our names. And so she basically put the names together and came up with the name.
So what were the names?
Probably not going to tell you what the names were. Just know K is for Kimberly, and the rest is kind of history.
That's the most important part.
Exactly. We dissolved our partnership before the store ever opened. And so I retained the rights to the name.
Yeah. And how did you get the start to begin this store?
Well, originally, so I've had this space since May 2010, so going on 6 years. Downtown Memphis, well, the South Main Historic Arts District, at the time, it was really nothing down here. It was nothing like what it is now. And so the Downtown Memphis Commission, which at the time they were called Center City, they were offering incentives for businesses to come to South Main. And so myself, as well as about 4 or 5 other people, we received funding to open up a business on South Main. It was basically a forgivable loan, where we had to put up 2 times though the amount that we were getting from them. So say if you got $35,000, then your investment had to be $70,000, and then you got the $35,000 from them. Your store had to be completely completed and open before you got reimbursed or got the forgivable loan. And so part of the deal is remaining open for 5 years, signing a 5-year lease. And each year that you remain open, a percentage of that forgivable loan is forgiven. So if for some reason you closed prior to the 5 years, then it turned into a loan. So whatever years you had remaining, you would owe. But if you stay for the whole 5 years, then it turns into a grant, basically.
Which you've passed that 5 years?
Well, I opened May of 2011, so it'll be 5 years for me this coming end of May.
Which I know you're coming up, and it's going to be a great accomplishment.
It is.
And you have a good location for your store?
I think so, for the most part. South Main is awesome. I don't think you'll find a more unique neighborhood than down here. The people are awesome. The people you get to interact with, as far as like the tourists, the different types of people that you meet, it's awesome. It's awesome.
And then the name of the boutique alone draws people in, so I think that's good.
I hope so. K Crochet, look, even though people say Capresha, and a couple other names, but I think K Crochet has a nice ring to it. Yeah. I like it.
How would you describe the items that are sold inside?
The boutique is very eclectic. It's an eclectic mix that focuses on local designers. That's the platform that we serve. We cater to like all of our handbags. They're local, so we have 3 different handbag designers in the store. They reside here in Memphis. Not as many cut and sew as I would like, but one of the handbag designers has actually ventured into apparel. So we sell her clothing. A lot of the t-shirt lines we have, maybe 8 or 9 of those. All the jewelry we sold was local also. So.
And where did the idea for local, like putting the platform out there for local designers, where did that come from?
Just in me, I guess. I mean, it's just always been my passion. I think it may have been, I guess I wouldn't say I'm the traditional retailer where I'm more accessible than, say, the traditional owner is. And so people kind of would start coming to me just to show me their stuff. And so it's like I became more and more, I became interested in the local product, the local designer. And so I started having little mixers that catered to just local anything where it dealt with fashion and art. Same thing with music. Like with South Main, we have Trolley Night. And so it became a situation where people came to me for events. Like in the space, it's nice. I would say it's nice. Look, it's a nice space. So people started coming here like, oh, you should rent it out. You should rent the space out. And so because of that, you had more and more people that would, like from a music standpoint, that would come. And so it's just, K Crochet became a place of all things local where art, music, and fashion is concerned.
Oh, that's a great little tagline.
Yeah.
All things local.
Look, I might need to get
I think you should.
Right.
As far as the design, I love the decor of the shop. How did that come to play?
And that was me. Played a little bit off of the existing structure. Like, if you look at, well, they can't see, but if you see the wall, so it has like the blue and the gray hues from the exposed brick. And so like, we pulled that into this side. Mm-hmm. And so the blue, our logo, or K Crochet's logo, is that it's the teal blue and the pink. And so we made the dressing just so, pink can be, it's a girly girl. I'm a girly girl. But pink can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes. So we just gave hints of it in the dressing room, and then we put the blue, so like when you look at that side, you see the logo colors.
It's balanced.
Right. And then on the men's side, we tried to do the grays to kind of dim it. And then across the main wall, grays, but the grays and the blues kind of pull from the existing, I guess the existing structure of the store. And then the wall that's behind us that you guys can see is what was the gym. It was actually covered where only if you could see they probably can't see, but the top, it was like a little piece of white. And it was covered in plaster. But you could see that little white piece. And so every time we would have a meeting, our contractor would come and he would kind of take his mallet and he would just kind of knock just a little bit. And there was, a little bit of plaster would fall off. And so he was trying to see if what he thought was behind it was indeed behind it. Now, it was simple when he was knocking it, but when it actually came down to it, it was chicken wire so thick with this concrete over the top of it. And so it was, crazy. So it ended up being 35 bags of like the construction bags, like 35 bags of concrete. And this is what was exposed. And really the nicks in it came from the jackhammer. It probably was in perfect condition. Yeah.
I love that y'all embrace that.
Yeah.
Also, the art that's displayed throughout the boutique, is it local artists?
All local.
All local. All things local.
All things local. So we have 5 different artists, 4 painters, and then we have a metal sculptor in the store that we display. Yeah.
So for those who are watching, how would they know to find you? I said downtown Memphis. What part besides Main Street? What's the address?
The South Main Historic Arts District. We're at 323 South Main Street. You can find us on social media, obviously. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. At K Crochet on Instagram, K Crochet Boutique for Twitter and Facebook. We have a website. It's kcrochetboutique.com. And really, if you Google K Crochet, I promise you'll pull us up. Right.
If you would like to stop by K Crochet, you can check her out Monday through Thursdays, 11 to 6, and Friday and Saturdays, 11 to 8. As for Sundays, check with her on social media because it varies. Stay tuned. We're going to be getting into her 3-day event. back. I'm still here with Kimberly Taylor, and she's going to get into her 3-day event. Where did the concept for the event come from?
Well, the name of it, first of all, is Noir, which is the color black in French. And so Noir, for me, is about the promotion of black-owned beauty and fashion businesses in honor of Black History Month. So it showcases one of the few the only one that I know of in the city where we actually showcase makeup artists, hairstylists, and designers and boutiques in the same show, where the makeup artists and the hairstylists, they actually have a runway scene just as well as the boutiques and the designers would.
Can you go through each night's events? Because personally, Friday, I've never seen anything like that. No one has showcased.
And nobody has. That's the first event of its kind here. And, oh my God. Okay, so Friday was the Battle of Beauty and Fashion. And so with this event, it started brewing in my head maybe about 3 years ago. And it was really, for me, supposed to be an event where you can actually, I think Memphis definitely has a fashion scene, but I think it's slightly segregated. And so for me, what I wanted the Battle of Beauty and Fashion to originally be is an event that kind of brought the whole entire fashion industry together, beauty and fashion. So what it was to be is a competition that consisted of teams of 4, a makeup artist, a hairstylist, a wardrobe stylist, and a photographer. And then the original concept, each team of 4 would have 4 models. They got 3 hours to complete styling from top to bottom in front of the audience. So basically turning a traditional fashion show inside out is what it was. So where people can see the process, see the hair getting done, see the makeup getting done, see the styling, and see the photography. And by the end of that 3-hour period, the photographer needed to have at least 1 image per model edited and submitted for judging. And so, like I said, I tried to make this happen about 3 years ago, and oh my God, I had a hard time, 1, getting people to compete. That was the first thing. 2, I was having an entry fee because I wanted 100% of the pot to be the prize money. So ideally, I wanted 10 teams, and each team would pay a $300 entry fee. But then that means the first place winner would win $2,000, and then the second place winner would win $1,000. So that they would get 100% of the winning pot. But like I said, we had a hard time getting people to, 1, put up the money, and then to compete. And I think just the perception sometimes here, you don't want anybody to one up you, or you think if somebody win, they may take your business. But for me, for anything, even from the local designers that I have in the store, all the time, I'm constantly trying to let them know that it's enough money out here for everybody. That even though you're in the same industry, that doesn't mean we have to be competition, because for the most part, what we do, the aesthetic that I have is probably different from the aesthetic that you have, and we may very well attract 2 different customers. But even if we don't attract 2 different customers, what we sell is still 2 different products. So if you got a shirt and I got a shirt, we both make shirts. We can come together and we can order these shirts, right? And we're gonna sell volume, right? And so for the battle, I wanted it to be a situation where you could get these industry professionals to come together and work together. All about working together, because I think together is so much that we can accomplish.
And it's powerful.
Right. If we can just get out of our own comfort zones and just step outside of the box, like, it's amazing things can happen. And so this year I was like, you know what? I need to see if this competition, I just need to see it happen. Because I knew in my head that everything that I thought that it would be, but I need to kind of just visually see it, and it turned out exactly what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to say we didn't have problems, because we did. Like, we had teams that literally, I was set to have about 7 teams, and we ended up with 3. And the majority of all 3 of those teams, 1 came together the night before. You had 1 that got her photographer an hour before, and then you had 1 team that had formed the week of. And so,
would you consider it a success?
I do, because the people that competed in that event, it was everything. Like they felt like it was just as brilliant of an idea as I did 3 years ago.
And I can tell that you're very excited.
Yeah, I am.
See the passion
Yeah.
in your work, because as you're describing it, I really see in your eyes
Thanks.
you really are happy.
Yeah, I felt like I wish people were more aware of the event. I don't think it got the exposure, the publicity as the Sunday show that showcased the local designers. But I think definitely after this year, with people talking about it, the footage that we got from the different press that was there, I think next year people gonna like this the event
We're
that you want to
looking
come
forward.
to. Right.
So how would you describe Saturday?
So Saturday event was really what Saturday and Sunday combined is what Noir has traditionally been for the prior 3 years. And so for those prior 3 years, it, like I said, it consisted of hairstylists, makeup artists, boutiques, and designers. And it's always showcased over 20 different businesses, which means that makes for a very long show. It makes for a very long show.
Good turnout.
So for this year, I decided, you know what, let's not have it so long. Let's split it up. Let's get a designer there, because that's my passion. All things fashion, all things local is my passion, but the local designer, that's like what I'm kind of like, this is my platform. And so I'm like, let them stand alone. Like, let them have their own thing and it just be all local. And then we split it up. And so the hairstylists, the makeup artists, and the boutiques showed on Saturday. And then that was the day that we also allowed vendors, which we ended up just letting the vendors stay, you know, an additional day. But traditionally, it was really supposed to only be vendors on Saturday. And so that's what Saturday was. It was just basically Noir as it is, split in half. But we did so Friday and Saturday, but like Friday we considered the party, but with all of these artistic things going on. So not only was the battle, we had somebody doing live canvas painting. We had 2 different body painters. You had another nail artist that was back there kind of displaying her work.
And
so it was just
was out in the open,
right for the audience to see. Right. So it was just this big party with just visual arts galore. And then you come Saturday, and then you got the boutiques, and it's the hair show. And then along with the clothing from the boutique. So it's stuff that's ready to sell right now. And so then on Saturday, we showcased a local hip hop dance studio. So there was Celebroy, and they came out and killed it.
I know, every time they do an event.
Yes, they killed it. Music went out, and I was like, oh, them kids, they kept on singing, they kept on dancing. No, I ain't bust no move. Look, I ain't bust no move. But they did awesome. And so we had a band that day. Not a band, we had a DJ on Friday and Saturday. But then Sunday was all about, like I said, the theme of the show was foreplay. Basically, we wanted to tantalize your senses through fashion and art. We wanted to arouse your senses through fashion and art. And so Friday was artistically aroused. Mm-hmm. Saturday was creatively alluring, because I feel like the creatives, the hair and the makeup artists are creatives. And then Sunday was visually stimulating, was what we titled it.
And who helped you with the titles? Because you're drawing me with the titles.
Look, I have a team of people that's very supportive. One girl in particular, her name on social media is Willow Ryan. Mm-hmm. And so me and her kind of played with the words. She really came. She was like, foreplay. I'm like, foreplay. Okay, I can run with that.
Shout out to your team.
Right.
All this put together, it's major. And I think you don't realize how big it is that you're putting Memphis on the spot. You're giving everybody the platform to shine. And not only that, you're putting yourself up there on the pedestal, because it started with you.
Right. Well, thanks. Yeah. So Sunday we had the live band. So I wanted live. So we had a live band, and then we had a live performer, Big Baby, and she killed it. Like she rocked the house out, And then we had the designers, and they were amazing. Like the finale one was this Najo Collections, and she had these big ball gowns, and then you had Andrea Fenice. She's one of the emerging designers. Actually, we had 3 of the Memphis Fashion Week emerging designers. It was Andrea Fenice, Tyria Lee, and then Taina. They all showed, and then you had some of the staples that's been in the show. Amores, Cursive Couture. And I hate to just start naming because it's like you want to name them all, right? But it was 16 designers on Sunday though. But look, pictures gonna come out and we gonna be posted. Like so, look, hashtag Noir Foreplay, NOIR, and then this IB Play. We're gonna be hashtagging real soon. And
So, have you started planning for next year?
We start next week.
Next week.
We start next week. Cause for what I want for next year, we're gonna need all year. We're gonna need a whole year to plan. So the battle is gonna stay. I think with better awareness this time, but it's gonna stay in there. And I thought about not splitting the show up again, but I don't know. It depends. It depends on if I can get enough like hair salons to participate to really make it a true hair show, then I still let it stand alone.
Well, now that I'm aware that you're planning on mastering the craft and keeping it a trend going next year, I can help word of mouth.
Well, please.
And also give the people your social media so we can keep an eye out for Caper Shay.
Well, Noir actually has his own Facebook page, so it's Noir Fashion Show and Soiree. Is the Facebook page, but again, Caper Shay is on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're on Instagram at Caper Shay, and then we're on Facebook and Twitter at Caper Shay Boutique.
Make sure you guys tune in next Wednesday at 10 p.m. for a Caper Shay behind the scenes exclusive clips. This is the Style Center. Stay stylish.